Yo, what's good everybody? It's Lance again, and today I'm gonna give you another review slash maybe reaction video, more of a review for the new Aminé, or Amina. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce his name, but Aminé, I'm just gonna say it, debuted his newest album. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Oh my god. Okay, singer slash rapper, or he's more of a rapper, but he does sing a little bit. Recently, he dropped the newest single, Caroline, which debuted at number 11 on the Billboard 100 charts. I haven't necessarily been the biggest fan of his music because, quite frankly, I haven't heard a lot of it. The only song I really heard from him was Caroline. I wasn't familiar with his older mixtapes, wasn't familiar with his associate acts. So let me just start off the bat. I think this is a pretty decent record. I actually enjoyed most of the songs on here, if not all of them. The instrumentals were good. I just thought that sometimes it kind of got a little bit repetitive, and the singing by Amine wasn't always on par from like the rest of the songs or some other songs on the album. The album starts off with a song called Veggies featuring Ty Dolla $ign, and I actually really thought this was a nice opening. It provided the vibe that you were going to get throughout the whole song, which you indeed in fact did. Veggies was a good opener, I think. We also have Yellow with Nelly. Yellow with Nelly, I think, was actually one of the most underwhelming songs on the track list. I don't know, I've never really been that much of a fan of Nelly. Like, obviously he's had like a whole bunch of hits that I actually have quite liked in the past. No, I just didn't think that Yellow was one of the standouts of the album. I kind of thought that maybe the album could have did without the song. In fact, I didn't necessarily think that it provided any really good substance or any good backdrops for the album. Not a terrible song, but I just didn't think that it grabbed me as much as some of these other songs did. Of course, at number 3 we have Caroline, which I feel like, even it being like the #1 single of the actual track list, I think that this song in context is actually even better. I understand why they put it at number 3. It kind of sets the tone even more. There is 15 songs on the track list, and I really feel like they all benefit from something, but Caroline really benefits from where it is placed on the track list. Like I said before, it kind of sets up the whole track theme. I really love the production on this track. The production is amazing. Let's hear a little bit of it. So obviously I like that song. That song is fucking dope in my opinion, and yeah, I just think it really benefits from being on this album. Of course, at number 4 we have Hero, which I didn't necessarily think was a grab me song. There was a few duds on the album. I feel like Hero might have been one of those duds. But I don't think that this album is necessarily as consistent as it could be. I really wanted a little bit more. I felt like some of the production was just a tad bit too repetitive, because I kind of understand what Aminé is going for with this track list, or this album in general. He wants to have this like happy-go-lucky vibe, him singing, him dishing out some lyrics, and I totally get that, and I'm totally on board with that. But there is a time in which it kind of gets a little bit stale, not necessarily towards the middle of this track list, but just like in little parts here and there. Like I feel with the song Hero, I also feel with the song Shut the Fuck Up, and Spice Girl. They all have that little merits to them, but I just feel like some of them, or if not all of them, are kind of just like, okay, just throwaway tracks that, okay, we have this upbeat instrumental, the dope lyrics, but like, is there any more substance behind that? Aminé is very charismatic. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to deliver a bar. It just kind of seems a little bit stale towards a little bit. I did enjoy Wedding Crashers. I thought it was awesome. The instrumental was pretty dope. The feature by Offset, really fucking good too. I really feel like this song really stands on its own, and I really enjoyed the song for the most part, honestly. I have Sundays, which I feel like is a good commentary on how, like, on Sundays, like even today, I just felt like not doing anything. A day in which you're just slumped and you just want to chill in your house and not do anything. And that's what Aminé is trying to envision with this track, and I totally dug it. I liked the instrumental. A little bit change of pace apart from some other songs on the album, and I really think that it complements the album as a whole. And then Turf is pretty decent as well. It comes right after that. Really good addition to the album. Blinds, even though it's like almost like, it actually is less than 2 minutes, I do feel like it's a nice little transition in between songs. Of course, we have Dakota featuring Charlie Wilson. I really enjoyed that. Also, highlights of the album come towards like the later half of the album. We have Slide, which I really actually pretty love. We have Money. Like, it's not like a very serious commentary on money. Money turn a good girl out. Money make the sun go south, and it made myself. So you see there, obviously he's trying to make the point in which, money controls a lot of people's emotions, a lot of people's personalities, and can make people just turn on you on like on a dime. So the beat is fucking fire. And of course we have basically the last part of the album, or maybe the conclusion of the album. if you don't want to count Heebie-Jeebies, is Beach Boy. Beach Boy is like maybe 2 songs almost in one. The second half is actually more interesting than the first. I don't know when I'm gonna die. I don't know when this is gonna happen, and I think that's something that a lot of people, especially, you know, in their early 20s face, like, okay, what's gonna happen? Like, I don't know, I can't really see like 6 months from now, I can't really see a year from now. I feel like maybe Aminé is trying to point towards that kind of envisionment. Towards the earlier half of the song, of course, you have a little bit more upbeat style, a little bit more flavor, but the flavor doesn't necessarily complement the context of the song as a whole. It kind of just switches on a dime and goes into this other realm of just questioning your life and questioning whether or not you're going to be here, or necessarily what's gonna happen when you die. And then of course you have the bonus track featuring Kehlani, Heebie-Jeebies, which I actually pretty dug. Addition of Kehlani really worked. For the most part, I really liked this album. I just felt like the instrumentals from track to track kind of like didn't change all too much sometimes. Like, I just felt like since you have like 15 songs or 14 songs, if you don't want to count Heebie-Jeebies, like really like no like transition. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's just this big upbeat album most of the time. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of substance in most of these tracks, and there's a lot of substance in the album in general. However, I just feel as if though it doesn't necessarily continue on or be as consistent as it could be. And I feel like that's where this album kind of suffers. It is consistent in the fact that it kind of uses a repetitive beat. You kind of have this like upbeat tone, and that's this positive outlook. It kind of almost reminds me of Chance's new latest project, Coloring Book, that dropped last year. Felt that the album was good as well, but I kind of just thought that it was kind of a little bit too upbeat for me at most times. Because like you would definitely like boogie to all of these songs here. A little bit too repetitive on the instrumentals. Some of the lyrics also were kind of like not all that as well. Who really raps for lyrics nowadays? It's mostly just delivery and how you carry yourself. And in that context, Aminé does a great job. So I definitely can't knock him for this album. I really actually enjoyed this album for the most part. Like I said, not all the songs were to my liking, but most of them were. F to A scale, I'd give this maybe a B- to a solid B. The album did suffer a little bit, but for the most part it had some pretty good songs on there, and you know, with Caroline, Turf, Money. Let me know what you guys think about this whole album in the comment section below. Also, make sure to check out my social media links, which will be on the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.